Can someone explain to me how cum actually works? 25M here. Even the smallest drop can contain the one sperm good enough to get to the egg. Unless you have zero sperm, the chance of pregnancy is never zero. You're not misunderstanding the science of jizz. You're falling down at the statistics part. The same reason your toast falls butter side down. The car driving past splashes you with a puddle despite the rest of the road being dry and you step on the only piece of Lego in the room. Sod's Law. Statistically, pulling out, if done right, early enough, will lower the chances of pregnancy. Birth control is obviously far better. Lower sperms count and motility will decrease chances. But statistics mean nothing to an individual. The chance is low, not zero. Traveling by plane is the safest way to travel, but you won't care when you're hurtling towards the ground. Also, for pregnancy, you need to consider the woman's fertility. Is it her fertile period of the month? Has she released 2 eggs this month, thus increasing the chances? If you want a kid, it can be a huge pain to get pregnant with a low enough sperm count. If you don't want a kid, it just takes one. Got pregnant twice with pull-out method, so don't fool yourself or count on that. Lots of factors and variables, but many of those are unknown to individuals, such as how fertile one is, etc. So it is a risk no matter how you look at it. A huge one? Who knows? It took one time in each case. My husband was living out of town, so each time we could pinpoint exact weekend it happened for. Pregnancy due date. The reason low sperm count men have a hard time impregnating a woman is because the acidity of her vagina kills a lot of sperm, and many don't get to the destination. So yes, it only takes one sperm to penetrate the egg. By the time the sperm find the egg, there's only a small % left. The tiny amount of active sperm that might be in precum are very unlikely but not impossible to impregnate. I talked to a doctor about this because I am intolerant to pretty much all birth control due to pelvic issues, and he told me that pull-out fails for 2 reasons: bad timing and/or going multiple sessions in one night, where active sperm leaks out from a prior ejaculation. Regular precum is not even close to comparing to those 2 things. He also admitted to me that most of his monogamous couples use pull-out method. Woman shrugging. As I have for 20 years. I know when I am ovulating, so that helps. From the thread I can tell you're mixing up a few key concepts, and I think that's the source of your confusion. 1. Can get someone pregnant is not the same as being likely to get someone pregnant. If you get any cum on a barrier contraceptive, it will reduce the efficacy, as you've not longer created a sperm-free seal. Precum is incredibly unlikely to survive the joinery to the egg, but it's possible. 2. Infertile is not the same as sterile. Infertile means unlikely, difficult to cause pregnancy. Sterile means no sperm whatsoever, so no chance of causing pregnancy. In short, you're not being lied to, but the potential consequences are being inflated due to their severity. Imagine instead of pregnancy, it's starting a fire. If you have ever tried to start a fire from scratch, you know how hard it can be. Matches don't exactly create enough heat and fire to light wood logs on fire. You often go through dozens of matches trying to start kindling to get big enough to get the fire big enough to actually start logs. Especially if some of the kindling is kinda wet, it can be next to impossible to start a fire. That said, every now and then huge forest fire is started by some idiot just throwing a cigarette out of a window. One spark is all it really takes. It just has to be very unlucky to find the right spot to start a fire. This is a lot like pregnancy. It can be extremely difficult to do on your own. If a person has a low enough sperm count, they are considered infertile because they could try thousands of times and it still might not work. This would be kinda the equivalent of having damp kindling and only 1 or 2 matches. But that isn't to say that one random time it might not work. It's still possible. One sperm like one spark is all it takes. It's just not going to be easy. Contrast that with being sterile, which would be like having no matches at all and nothing flammable to burn. Infertility is diagnosed when you have unprotected sex regularly for a year without getting pregnant. It doesn't mean you are unable to have a baby, just that it is unlikely. I think you're thinking too deeply on this one. If you wear a condom, there's a slim chance she'll get preggo. If she's on the pill, there's a slim chance she'll get preggo. If you pull out, there's a higher chance she'll get preggo. If you don't take precautions, there's a decent chance she'll get preggo. If you do it in the bum, she won't get preggo. If the she is a dude, you're fine as well. If you don't do the business, no preggo. That's plenty of options to take, in my opinion. Proud father of a baby conceived while the missus was on the pill. My best friend lost her virginity with her boyfriend and they barely did it. They started and she felt guilty and told him to stop. She got pregnant. Dizzy face. Your average load will contain hundreds of thousands, and potentially millions, of viable sperm. Of course, the womb can be very deadly to them as they'll be seen by the body as an intruder. But only one needs to make it. So yeah, even a small amount can be enough. OMG, just wear a condom or get a vasectomy. I've been using pull-out since July and I'm not preggo. All it takes is one strong sperm. A singular drop of semen contains like thousands of sperm cells.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.